Guys, welcome back to the RC Sports Podcast. We're back, episode 6. And shout out to you guys because we're officially at, I think, 135 subscribers on YouTube. So our YouTube is growing extremely quickly. So thank you to you guys. It's awesome. And obviously, if you guys want to see there's always going to be the audio version of the podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and all that. But if you guys want to see the actual how it looks, and obviously this is a temporary set once again, right, Biagio?
Yeah, guys,
big project coming up.
Well,
I know we've been saying it for the last 2 weeks, but
we low key have been
stretching it,
but we're being serious and
it's worth it.
Low key, these guys have hit it for me for like a week or so, and now I finally knew what the surprise is, and when you guys find out what the surprise is, we're going to be ready.
Yeah.
A lot of upgrades coming. Our equipment has been not nice with us. That's for sure.
Not tonight. Especially not tonight. But
definitely not tonight.
But we always make it work. So 130 something subscribers on YouTube, which we're really appreciative of.
Yeah, it hasn't even been 2 months.
From the last episode, it grew like 20 something subscribers or 30 something subscribers. Yeah. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you there. We also did our, we'll get into that later, but thank you to everyone for all the support, the amount of subscribers we've grown. The support that's been shown, the giveaways we've been doing.
Even the giveaways, yeah. So congrats to everybody
we
want to
give you guys back because we thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, congrats to everybody that won the giveaways. We post them in our stories. You guys were already contacted or whatever, so that's fine. But congrats to you guys for participating, and obviously follow our socials so you guys can hop in on those giveaways and obviously win free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff. Yeah. But guys, let's get into our weeks. Biagio, how was your week?
All right, so my week. I think the most noteworthy thing, and I wanted to say it was, I want to thank you guys for joining our first ever live stream.
Oh, yeah.
First ever live stream for the NFL draft. We're going to get into, obviously, later. We're going to talk about the actual draft, but honestly, it went so well.
Yeah,
we
correspondent.
Just correspondent Tony Aversano was there. We had pizza. My dad came in to grab some. Cheeto was in it. Not going to lie, I've never watched an entire NFL draft, so it was 4 hours we were streaming for. But bro, the amount of people that were in the stream commenting,
were gassed by the end.
And near the end it was gas. But bro, the amount of people that were in our stream commenting, it was so nice. Bro.
No, it was cool. The interaction
and not to flex or anything, but I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to live streaming.
Yeah, no. That's what I was about to say. Actually, I'm like you know what more it's like when it comes to live streaming.
I love live streaming, interacting. Yeah, shout out BNMTV. I love interacting with you guys on the live stream. But I was showing Mike, and you had a good time. Saw it. It's like a direct connection, you know?
It's fun. I mean, people stay in, and they were watching the draft. You do live reactions during the game. So I mean, they're watching the game with you and listening to you while you're talking. So you have the same reaction at the same time.
But how cool is it? It's way better.
It's sick.
You have to admit, it's way better than answering comments because you get 100%. A live experience of what they're thinking. Right to your face,
and they see us, and it's a cool way to interact. So that was really cool.
It was cool. We had a whole set
experience.
Yeah, we had a whole set here.
Yeah,
and it was crazy. Guys, you have no idea. And that I would say is the highlight of my week.
Yeah, it was. I think it was everybody's highlight.
But how was your week, bro?
Oh, you're gonna ask me about my week?
Yeah, we'll go with Drew last.
Okay.
Always the forgotten one.
My week was good, except how we got clapped. In hockey, 2 games back to back. Shout out to Montreal Wolfpack.
we went to come watch your your games.
Yeah, bro, it was bad.
Ball hockey.
Now we're officially in the playoffs, so shout out to the Montreal Wolfpack. Hopefully tomorrow we get a big dub and move on.
Yeah, but we're wishing you the best of luck.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna come watch your game. I'm gonna be working, but then after all, we're all gonna reconcile.
But the live stream was sick. Anything else noteworthy? I don't think so. No. Just that big.
I would genuinely say the live stream.
The live stream was the biggest part of the week.
It was so 100%. Cool.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do more.
Yeah.
That was really so
cool.
fun.
Yeah, and we're gonna have
for other big sporting events.
And you guys are gonna see with the new live streams. They're gonna see what.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! We can't already. We can't say it because it's gonna be so. And we're actually being dead ass. This is the craziest thing.
Actually, big news.
Shout out Nadia, bro, for putting her trust in us.
Voting actually election days today in Canada, so hopefully everybody voted. But I voted last Sunday, so hopefully everybody does their due diligence.
Yeah, he went through the advanced polling, bro. He thinks he's all that.
Yeah, well, that's aura, bro. Drew, actually, how was your week?
Drew, how was your week?
It was good. Thank you. It was good. Honestly, I guess I would say that the live stream was my highlight.
It was sick.
That too, and you also recorded, no, this week?
And he was one of the...
Last week, yeah.
He was the highlight of the live stream. Guys, it's pinned to the top of our Instagram page, the live reaction of
he called a few. He was pretty good,
he called it, bro, when we got Jackson Dart. Okay, we're going to get into that, but he called it and I couldn't find it when I was going through the footage. I found one of them, but he said it like 2-3 times. You said it.
Yeah,
and it was
Drew was the CEO of draft analysis during that live stream.
after the first 2 picks were like.
Analyst.
After the first 2 picks, he could have made up a name and I would have been like, yeah, they're gonna take this guy. Yeah, Josh Simmons. That I called it though. The Chiefs took him.
All right, so everyone.
Like 50 times though.
Who? Oh yeah. No, Mew is not as bad as Shadder. Every time. Anyway, let's get into that because or else we're gonna start talking over topics that we're gonna get over. But guys, product of the week. Shout out to Shop Sante. So we thank Shop Sante.
Yeah, first sponsor, Shop Sante.
Yeah, you could always use our code RC10 at checkout for 10% off. But Biagio, what's your product of the week?
The veggie all-in-one formula. This is the maple flavor, 21 grams of protein per scoop. And what I like about it doesn't have that weird aftertaste. You know what I'm talking about? That weird protein aftertaste.
Yeah.
I usually put it with a bit of like protein milk just to get more protein.
Yeah.
But I make some. I put it in with my shakes in the morning. I love it. So shout out, thank you to Shop Sante for the package. Delicious product.
Mine is the exact same version of his. It's just the like little portable one. So I think you have 2 servings in this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, 1 serving technically, but it's a pretty
like
big
1
serving.
scoop.
Yeah, but I think it's a pretty big serving.
You can like space it out.
I think I'd be able.
And out of the 2, which one? Oreo or
Oreo or vanilla? Yeah, Oreo or vanilla. Ice cream vanilla. I like the Oreo one. I find like vanilla like. All of them kind of get annoying after a while, but honestly, the one he has, the maple syrup one, is really, really good.
Yeah,
like,
we've tried it together.
Yeah, they don't. Yes, we've tried it together.
Well, I made you a shake one time. You said you liked it.
No,
I
it was
liked
good.
it. That's the one I use.
No, this one was a really good one. It's
like getting a bit light. I need to restock.
It's a unique flavor. So
if I wanted to restock, you go to Shop Sante. Use code RC10 at checkout to get 10% off your order when you order online at Shop Sante.
So thank you very much
guys,
to Shop Sante.
Thank you to Shop Sante.
Now let's lock in, guys. A big week in the NFL.
Yeah,
big
football
week.
is huge, bro.
Huge week.
Huge.
So, start off with you, Biagio, because you're the big. You're more of an NFL guy, but I want because your team made a lot of moves in the first round. Your team made a lot of moves in the first round, so let's start with you,
guys. Well, look, we're gonna go into the entire draft. We're gonna talk about it, but I mean, I'm gonna ask the question: who had the best draft? I mean, that question's pretty obvious. The answer's pretty obvious,
bro.
The New York Football Giants. We had the best draft, hands down.
We got overall, bro. I don't know. Draft. Overall, I think the Carolina, not the Carolina, but the Chicago Bears probably had the best draft. The Chicago Bears loaded up on picks because of Bryce Young, and bro, I think they stocked up on shit that they need, bro. The Chicago Bears. Let's just be honest here. The Chicago Bears could have snuck into a wild card spot. Obviously, nobody thought
their division's too strong.
But they also had the flukiest losses ever. And I think their season crumbled when they lost to the Commanders with that like crazy Hail Mary. Yeah, that crazy Hail Mary was
because before that they were 4-2 and then they went on a 7-game losing streak.
Exactly. So they had like the flukiest losses. Like I think they had like a doink in a field goal or like a field goal miss.
Oh yeah.
There was a bunch of shit that happened to them at the end of the season. But personally, I think that the Chicago Bears did. Obviously, the Giants, you make a good case with the Giants having a good
draft. Look, I'm gonna disagree.
You know what I find cool about the Chicago Bears?
Tell me.
That they had like a unlucky season, but they finished by beating the Packers in the last game of the season, which is something they haven't done in like years.
Yeah, since 2015 actually.
That's true. Aaron Rodgers has owned the Chicago Bears. Now, you see, okay, we're going to get into it. I'm going to let you talk about the Giants a bit because obviously that's your team. But I have a few questions that maybe you could help me answer here, okay? But I'm going to let you run through the Giants. Go with it. Let's hear what you said.
Well, first of all, okay, already the Giants, before this draft, I would say has one of the best defensive lines in the league. We bolstered it by adding...
It's young, but with experience, you guys could get there 100%.
No, it's not necessarily too young.
Dexter Lawrence is young, bro.
No, he's not. He's like 26, 27.
Yeah, but that's pretty young.
Brian,
when you come into the league, you don't have like
when you got drafted a couple years ago, but
you got drafted.
More experience than youth on that team.
But that's what I'm saying.
Would you say?
I wouldn't say it's young. I would just say it's experience. But it's fine. What I'm saying is we have probably one of the best defensive lines in the league. I would say. You add Abdul Carter to that, right? So imagine now. And we are going to be pursuing Kayvon Thibodeau's because his rookie contract's running out. We're going to pursue it. So now we got Thibodeau, Lawrence, Burns, and now you add Abdul Carter, who we've drafted third overall. This is going to be a nightmare for quarterbacks, and Juice said it too on the live stream. So for me, easily we had the best draft, but I'm not done. That was just there. We fixed our secondary. Take away the fact that we took Holland and Adebo from the Saints and the Dolphins. We took them as cornerbacks. Okay, we bolstered our secondary. We drafted, I forgot his name, but he's from I think it was Oklahoma State, something like that. The cornerback, something like that, and it was absolutely outstanding. Now, obviously, after that, we got our quarterback room that's full. We add Jackson Dart. I mean, we were all freaking out. You were freaking out.
But this draft, like, I'm just gonna slip this in quickly. I don't think this draft was extremely deep either, though. Like, I don't think it was a.
I'm saying for what the Giants had to do,
what you guys did,
I think we had the best draft.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's your opinion. I think, me and Drew think that the Chicago Bears did. Questionable first overall pick there. Like, their first pick, it was a tight end. I bet, like, they have Cole Kmet, right? Cole Kmet's their tight end. Yeah, the Bears. Yeah, Cole Kmet. I think Cole Kmet's good. Like, listen, they went and drafted Colston Loveland from Michigan. Then again, I don't know if you would want to go with that. Their O-line was shit last year.
Yeah, but they've been fixing the O-line in the offseason.
That too.
Yeah, you got to give it to them.
That is noteworthy, yeah. But this draft class, other than the first top three.
Yeah, I know. It's obviously it's not the best draft class this year, but bro,
class.
We go and get, like I said, Jackson Dart, and then we go and get Sam Scatabo, whatever his name is.
Scatabo.
That was a steal.
Bro,
that was a steal, yeah.
This guy, a lot of people are freaking out why he got drafted so low, but we took him. So now we got Tracy, we got Scatabo. Like, this guy runs through
Scatabo.
This guy runs through players. So for me, honestly, I think, and you said it. You said on the stream, you're like, could the Giants make the playoffs?
Oh no, that's what I was gonna bring up. Listen, we laugh at we joke around, obviously, and we laugh at their quarterback room. But bro, like, if Russell Wilson's on, and you guys, I think you need, obviously, bro. I'm saying this. I think you guys could make the playoffs, but I think you guys would need to go and get somebody else at wide receiver, like a dual threat. Because Malik Neighbors isn't just gonna cut it. They're gonna double cover him if worst case.
Yeah,
you guys don't.
It's always Malik Neighbors. We still have a pretty good tight end. Oh, and we did bolster our O line. We got, I forgot his name, but this guy from Purdue who's pretty good, and he played with Tyrone Tracy at Purdue University. So, or whatever state.
Yeah, Purdue.
Called.
Yeah, Purdue.
Back off what you said, Mike. I think they could sneak into the playoffs, but it's
No, it's hard.
they
Like,
would have to align properly.
No, but Drew, like, listen, if they
would
go,
be like
okay,
9-8.
let's say, I don't know why you guys didn't go and get Tyler Lockett. That would have been a good pickup for you guys.
where is he now? He left Seattle.
Yeah, Tennessee. Anyway, so Tennessee did that's happened in the last week. So Tennessee did sign Tyler Lockett the day of the draft, if I'm not mistaken. But if you guys go and get a solid wide receiver, that you have a dual threat, then you have a solid defensive line. Obviously your cornerbacks are a bit weak. Like, let's be honest, your corners, obviously you bolstered.
No, but we got Adebo and Holland who are very good,
NFL,
bro. No, they were free agents.
Well, that's it. They were released. But the point is that
I don't know. I would say they were still pretty good.
Okay,
and
but they're not like, you don't have a star cornerback.
No, I know, but I'm saying when also to build. You make a good point, because when we're watching the draft, at the bottom of the screen they put up a bunch of stats. The amount of talent that are free agents, because they put like top 100 free agents available right now. But there's so many good ones that no one's going to get.
You guys just have to spend the money, though.
Yeah, we have to put the salary. But I think, like, I don't look personally. I don't think
hopes up,
I don't think we're gonna make playoffs. But I will say it's gonna be nothing can get worse than last season. I want to gouge my eyes out every time I watch them every week. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun this year.
And I think that
I like this team.
Your quarterback room is gonna help to develop Jackson Dart. Now,
oh my God!
Hopefully, listen.
My cousin thinks he won't start though.
No, he won't start. Bro, why would he start?
Play him one time.
He's not gonna be better, bro. Realistically, he won't be better than Jameis Winston.
Also, Jackson Dart's not
And
ready.
I'm not.
Bro, what?
He's not ready to start.
Yeah, but you have to try him preseason at least. Preseason.
Oh, they're gonna run in preseason, but bro, he's not gonna be ready to start, bro. He has to develop, bro. He's gonna develop.
Okay, so we are
Russ.
all in agreement that Russell Wilson's definitely gonna be QB1.
Russ is gonna be QB1. Jameis is gonna be QB2.
And Dart would be QB3, and then DeVito.
DeVito's out.
You
DeVito.
said it too, though. You said
No, DeVito, we signed him.
Yeah, but they're gonna release him.
Said Russell Wilson's QB1.
Yeah, he stated.
Okay,
It's
so
obvious.
Jackson Dart is more long term, you think?
Yeah, of course,
Next year
100%.
he's gonna start.
Yeah, next year, probably the year after. If Russ cooks this season, he's probably gonna stay another season with the Giants, and then.
Not because he's gonna want a big contract. They're not gonna do it.
But we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
That's all
Honestly,
speculations.
it really just depends what happens this year. We know
Okay,
that.
so let's recap. Who won the draft? In your
I'm
opinion?
saying Giants. I know it's biased, but like we had a really good draft.
I'm gonna say either. Listen, I'm gonna say obviously I said the Bears, but obviously I think even the Browns had a pretty good draft.
I say Jacksonville.
So now you're changing.
Well, no, Bears.
He said Jacksonville, by the way. I don't know if you guys heard, but
Jacksonville had a really good draft too.
well, I mean, they
Travis
drafted
Hunter, that's like the
but
big.
in the next rounds, they drafted well.
Yeah.
Well,
They did good.
listen.
So I'm saying Giants. You saying Jacksonville?
yeah.
You?
I'm saying I think tied between the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears.
And if you had to lean more towards one,
The Bears.
the Bears.
The Bears.
The
Bears. But actually, talking about the Cleveland Browns,
Bro, this was
Mr.
this was
144, 144th overall, 5th round pick, Mr. I'm going top 10, Shedeur Sanders.
This was crazy, bro. This was getting sad.
This was crazy because it just goes to show to you. Because first of all, I don't know if you guys saw it, but today they released that Shiloh Sanders fired his father as his agent. And
I did not see
yeah,
that.
the reason why he signed with the Bucks was because he fired his father as an agent and hired this agent. Drew, search up the name and check. Let me know. But he hired an agent that got him signed to the Bucks. But
Yeah, he
this
was an
goes to
undrafted. He was an undrafted.
This goes to
pick.
show to you how when you open your mouth and listen, it's all about. There's nothing bad about humility, guys. There's nothing bad about humility. Okay, it's cool to be cocky, but in a humble way. And it just goes to show you, like when you open your mouth, you know, like who is it? Drew Rosenhaus, that's it, yeah. And they literally got him signed the day of, to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of the last round. But it just goes to show to you that to be humble sometimes, it doesn't hurt. It can hurt. It can hurt. Because you know what? You slide that down. He had that draft, but like I feel so bad.
Honestly, at one point, we were watching the draft
We
all
were laughing
together.
at the beginning. We're like, fuck you. But at the end of the day, it's like,
Yeah.
then I
We
felt
were
like-
all watching like the second and third round together at my house, and we're like, bro, nah, I just kind of want his name to be called. Like, I feel bad.
But I think there's
I
a lot of
felt
teams
so
that were
bad.
stupid to slip on him. He fell to the team that had to pick him. One of the teams that had to pick him, like the Browns.
No, but honestly, I wouldn't say stupid. They took a gamble, but yes. But bro, drafting him 144th overall,
It's a steal.
you know how much money they saved?
It's
How
a
much money they
bro,
let they have to they don't have to pay.
It's a steal, but the
Yeah.
problem is now, like,
Yeah, it
he's
was
not going into the NFL with a lot of stock in the sense that he got
yes,
drafted.
and they
in the first round.
drafted. I forgot his name, but they drafted that guy from Oregon.
Shaw. Is it Tyler Shaw?
No, it's not Tyler Shaw. I know it's not that. If you say the name, I'll remember it. But and one thing, okay, they got Shedeur for cheaper, yes. But now it's like, okay, now you just drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks. Why? Why would you draft 2? Now what's gonna happen, bro? Okay, they got massage table guy over there.
Deshaun
He
Watson.
probably won't play. You got Joe Flacco. What's his name? Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, and the Oregon guy.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the team
okay.
that fumbled here,
Dylan
the team
Gabriel there, okay?
Dylan Gabriel. But
What are you gonna do with 5?
no, I don't know.
quarterbacks?
I agree with you. I think that the team that really needed to draft him was either actually 2 teams that needed to really draft him were either the Saints, which drafted Tyler Shaw, I think.
Yeah,
and then the
he went to
Steelers.
the Saints.
And the Steelers. I don't know why the Steelers didn't take a gamble on this guy. I don't know why the Steelers or the Saints didn't take a gamble on
And
this
Tyler
guy.
Shaw, by the way,
It's like-
he's 26.
Bro, what do you have to
not
lose
young.
by drafting him? This guy was a consensus top 10 pick, like maybe not even 2 weeks ago.
Bro, honestly, his stock went down, and I think what happened was people are just trying to make it worse and just trying to save the most money because the lower he gets drafted, the less money you have to pay him.
It's also his attitude with
Nah, bro, I was saying it. What happened in those interviews? We need to see those tapes.
an assistant coach.
The Jets assistant coach said that it was like the
Oh,
worst
was it
interview.
anonymous or Jets?
Jets.
Honest, but also the Jets said that.
Oh, the Jets too. That's it. Yeah, because I saw that report.
Bro,
too.
what did he say in these interviews that no one wanted to draft
Well,
him?
bro, I was saying that story.
Throw the interviews at the teams that didn't want.
I was telling you that story yesterday about Neil Yakupov. Did I tell it to you or Jew? I can't remember.
No, I don't remember this.
Neil
one.
Yakupov, just to show you, okay? Neil Yakupov was a first overall pick in 2015, I think 2015 or 2016, okay?
Okay.
With the Edmonton Oilers. This guy had his combine and he was a consensus first overall pick. He was supposed to be like a generational talent, okay?
Okay.
He fumbled the bag, bro. Like he was good in his first season, got hurt, and then he was asked from then on and went back to Russia. But this guy, when he was coming into the NHL, was obviously the first overall pick. Everybody knew it. And Brian Burke, who was the GM of the Anaheim Ducks at the time, he said they were drafting 8th overall. But at the combine, everybody has an interview with any team. Like Shadur,
okay, so
like
it's not a flex. It's not a flex because you talk with a lot of teams.
You go through all the teams basically, and there's some teams that say like, no, we don't want to talk to him. Like we're not looking for whatever it is, whatever position. Yeah, let's say like Cam Ward. The Giants interviewed him, but let's say
we did though. We had a lot of talks with him.
Probably didn't interview him in a sense.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Brian Burke had the interview with him, and he's there. This was the worst draft interview I've ever had. He's there. Even if he would have fell to 8, I wouldn't have taken him. He's there. The kid was in my office, and he's there. I was asking him. I'm like, okay, certain questions about whatever. How would you see yourself in the NHL? And the kid interrupted him. Yakupov interrupted him. He was like, I don't even know why you guys are interviewing me. I'm not falling to 8. So, like, you're just wasting your time, and you're wasting my time. Which is crazy. Like, Brian Burke said that even if he would have fell to 8... he went to draft him.
So you think maybe Shador, you think maybe Shador did that? That's kind of what happened?
I think so. I think his dad probably put it because, okay, bro, you grew up in a household where your dad was one of the best players to play in the NFL.
Like he's made his name.
Yeah,
the cockiness from him is justified because he was a fantastic player.
Yeah, but you put into your son's head. He coached his son. First of all, you guys can't forget that he's coached his son ever since he was young. So Shadur's never had another coach, which is a little scary because it's like, how does he work with other people?
What are you gonna do now when daddy doesn't come to help you?
Exactly. And bro, not Colin Collinsworth, but I think it's Colin Collinsworth that was saying it's like. Teams are hiring an employee. If you're problematic...
Oh, Colin Coward. I know you're talking about. That guy has the worst takes, by the way.
But
horrible
he
takes.
Cooked on this one.
He cooked, though. He cooked. I know what you're going to say.
He said, teams hire an employee. They're running a business. If daddy always has to be in the middle of conversations, why do I want to draft you? Yeah,
you need to cut the cord, bro.
And at the end of the day, bro, was he that good? Like, he's a good quarterback, but is he...
I don't know. Apparently, his last game with Colorado...
but then you can't look at the Bulls. Like, the bowl games, you can't really look at.
No, apparently he broke a bunch of records, and he took them to their first ever final. So, apparently...
Okay, but before him, Colorado was ass. Like, there was not... Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Before him and Travis Hunter, it was like...
Exactly. So, what I'm saying is, does that mean that proves that Shador deserves the hype he's getting?
I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, his dad was the coach and obviously favored things that make him look good. He's not gonna make him do plays that look like ass. That where he can't cook in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
No, but he still has to execute those plays. So I would.
He executed them, but bro, he wasn't generational. Like he's not a crazy quarterback.
I'm copying your setup, by the way. I just stole a pillow.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's sick. You just put the pillow on there, but he's not a generational quarterback. And at the end of the day, he could have probably made himself worthy enough to be a top 10 pick, but he probably spoke out of his ass. And his dad, to get back to my point, sorry. Minkia?
You okay?
Oh my God. One after another.
We're having a couple beers in the pod on the set.
His dad probably told him, Shador, know your worth. And he probably went into the draft thinking like, oh, I'm better than everyone else. I'm going to go in there, talk to these managers like they need me.
Bro, did you see what he had? He had that shelf that said legendary with all the caps lined up. Bro, he hired like Daft Punk's cousin to mine it out
with the mirrors and all that.
Bro, I said it. They put out the bean dip, the salsa and nachos.
Sunday,
that shit got stale, bro. 3 days.
3 days. We're gonna have to switch. Food, fuck, because it was
sad, bro. Sad.
And bro, the worst is like it just goes to show you. It's like he learned nothing because literally yesterday he had a draft party. That he got drafted. He invited rappers like Kodak Black. He was rapping and he put a picture on his Instagram with a Louis Vuitton case full of money. So it's like, come on, bro. That's the reason you didn't get drafted, and you just keep going.
And bro, you got drafted 144th overall, and you're going to the Browns, bro. Like, stop flexing.
But you know what, bro? All power to him if he ends up pulling it off and makes us bite our words, bro.
I know, but
all power to him. So
honestly, I when we traded up everyone thought we were gonna get.
Everyone
Shador.
thought.
I'm happy we didn't.
I thought all
'Cause,
30
bro,
teams in the
this
first
guy-
round were taking him.
This guy is ridiculous, man.
Nah, yeah, it's
Ridiculous. And
yo, you were low-key a bit shocked that you guys didn't take him though. I was shocked, bro. Like, I mean,
I don't know. I saw some mixed reviews in the comments. A lot of Giants fans were like, "We should have taken Shador." Some were like, take Dart."
a lot of people were pit, bro. Like, imagine, like, you guys got Jackson Dart, it's chill. Like, and you guys bolstered up where you really needed to bolster up. But, bro, imagine like Steelers fans and Browns fans with that when they weren't picking him, or even Saints fans when they weren't picking him, bro.
And
like,
then
you
they
must
took
be
a-
losing your mind.
The ultimate disrespect was when teams started taking quarterbacks, like when the Seahawks took Jalen Milroe, when the Saints took Tyler Shaw. When they started, like, it's one thing when he wasn't getting picked and it was like a tight end or a wide receiver, but when teams started taking quarterbacks, it was basically like an FU.
Like, screw you.
to Shador.
And bro, we were looking at it. Biagio pointed it out to me. He's like, bro, we were watching the third round. This was even 2 rounds before he got picked. And you're looking at like the best available prospects on the side, and he was projected top 20. And then,
the next
guy
one
right under was
was
like
like
87th.
Yeah,
like
there was a
90th.
huge gap. I think at one point everyone's like, "Let's just make this meme."
I think they just memed it off. They just Jones
Yeah,
it off.
bro, one of our videos popped off. We did like a video together where we decided he like edited like the McDonald's,
Yeah.
and I had the idea to like, let's put it out, and it did so well because you guys found it all funny. Like at one point we were like, is he gonna get picked? That's what we were asking us.
We were waiting. But
But,
bro, talking about that actually,
Yeah.
during his draft, so we see the video pop off on Instagram. It starts on his end because he has obviously he had a camera crew around him during his draft.
Bro, he was
He-
live streaming everything on Twitch, and they were following him.
So he picks up the phone and it's like, yeah, this is whoever that
whatever
the GM
the-
of the Saints, the GM of
yeah.
the Saints. It's like, yeah, this is the GM of the Saints.
Bro, he started smiling.
Yeah,
Like,
he was like, yo, what's that? He's like, yeah, we're about to pick you with our next pick. He's like, yo, this thing about to be legendary. He's like, yeah, you're going to have to wait a little more.
and then he hung up,
so
bro.
It was a prank call. But
I
we
low-key
didn't know-
felt
so
bad, bro.
Then we saw that perspective. And then the other perspective of the kids calling came out as well.
Yeah.
And they ended up identifying him as...
Jax Ulrich, the
Je-
son of
yeah,
Jeff
Okay.
Ulrich, who's
Ulbrich.
Ulbrich.
Yeah, Jeff Ulbrich.
Okay, no,
So
my
it's Jeff
handwriting
Ulbrich's the
my
father.
handwriting is disgusting.
Jeff Ulbrich is the father, and the kid that called was Jax Ulbrich. So they ended up finding out that it was the son of the ex-head coach of the interim
What?
head coach of the Jets.
Of the Jets, and now he's the defensive coordinator for the Falcons.
So what do you think of this? Because he released a message. The kid had to post a story, say I'm sorry, because the NFL investigated it.
I mean, what did he do wrong? It's a prank call.
Well, bro, because the thing is that the only thread that had that number, because he got a number just for the draft, like most kids do, so that you don't get like fake prank calls or like whatever. And the NFL asks for a list of phone numbers on an email where they can contact you. So Shador put it on that email. So the only people that really have access to that email are NFL staff members. So they were.
So how did he get it?
Through his dad, bro. How do you think he got it?
Oh, okay. So that's why they're.
The story was that his dad's iPad was open.
Oh, okay. This came out now.
Yeah.
Oh, so he saw his.
Yeah. He was visiting his parents, and he saw his dad's iPad was open.
Oh, yeah, it's true because he's part of the staff of the Falcons. So even if he's a defensive coordinator, he still has to see all the numbers.
Any NFL member, yeah, any NFL staff member had.
Even a defensive coordinator for a quarterback. You get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, bro. You're just attached to that email.
If you're in the front office, you're gonna have it.
Yeah, you're gonna have it. Obviously,
Wow, okay.
obviously not Jose that's wiping the floors in the Falcons. Hey, my friend, I got the Shador Sander number, man. Obviously, he doesn't have the number.
We're keeping that in. I find it funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
But like, okay, yeah, the janitor's not thing it, but I don't know. I just found it a bit thing. Okay, that makes sense. So now they're investigating.
Well, no, now they did the investigation. The kid fucked up. Okay, whatever.
I don't think it's. I think it's a harmless
Water
prank.
under the bridge,
It was low-key so
well,
funny.
bro,
though.
it's not.
I think it wasn't harmless.
It's not a harmless prank, bro. Bro, you're during the draft, bro. You get somebody excited that they're gonna get picked, and then
He deserves it, bro. He's all cocky and
okay,
shit,
but bro.
bro.
Logically speaking, like
I felt bad a bit, but then at the same time, bro, like that's what it is.
yeah, but bro, like you're first of all, it's not a harmless prank because you're not. Those numbers are not supposed to be leaked. Those are NFL staff members that have like they sort of sign in their contract that you can't go around giving numbers like that. Like you have access to that.
Well, he didn't
information.
give it. It just
Like it's like as if I have Patrick Mahomes' number because I'm on the staff and I give it to you, bro. It's like
No, but yes, I agree, but he didn't give it. It was an accidental, like he saw it on his dad's
yeah,
iPad.
and that's why it's water under the bridge. But in a sense, like the kid, bro, knew exactly what he was doing. You're fucking with somebody, bro. Like you're really like this is their draft day. They're waiting to get picked.
And you see the way he changed his voice too. He's like, "Yeah, this is the GM of the Saints," and he's like, "Yeah, yeah," and then after, yeah, and then he pulled the plug.
But
I like that he changed his voice too.
But yeah, so that was basically our NFL wrap up. Just noteworthy that, like I said before, Tyler Lockett signed with the Titans. I think he's washed, but whatever that is. Now we just want to give like
we're gonna move along, but before we end, very early Super Bowl predictions. I'm gonna start off, as I hate to say it, but I think the Eagles are gonna go back to back.
Yeah, I said Eagles were going to go back to back as well, and I think that the Ravens have a pretty good chance as well. But I think
if you have to lean towards one team,
Eagles, because they're the more complete team.
Yeah,
they have complete. An offense just
like what did they actually need from this
their
draft?
Their offense is just as good as their defense, which is scary in a team. Drew, who did you say?
Buffalo Bills.
The Bills, obviously.
Yeah, that one he raised his voice.
Obviously the Bills.
All right. Moving on. We're gonna do a little break. Our sponsor, Fana.
Guys, Fana. Obviously, you see these wonderful hoodies we have on, t-shirts. We even have jackets, caps now, even our caps, and we have this wonderful little. What would you call this? Not a blanket, but
it's a banner.
A banner. Yeah, a banner. That's it.
It's like the material cloth. But shout out Mooch and everyone at Fana. Yeah. For taking care of us. I love the quality of this. I low-key sleep in this crew neck.
Yeah.
Guys,
it's not like those trash-ass Jildan shit, bro.
Yeah. This is some premium quality stuff. Guys, we did a giveaway for this stuff, and stay tuned. We're going to be selling merch. We're going to be giving away merch. The quality don't worry, it's just a printer. The quality in this stuff is amazing, and I know everyone says that, but to fall asleep in a crew neck, and not have to wake up and take it off. This is like our work uniform. Yeah. Bro, I'm going to fall asleep after this in this crew neck. It's amazing.
And bro, what's cool about them is that they give you a personalized service. So you go there, obviously, if you're from the island of Montreal or if you're in Montreal visiting and you want to get stuff done for your sports
team. That's in person. But you could call over the phone. You can message them, email them.
Because they don't just do merch. They also do uniforms for not for companies, but for sports teams. So if ever you have a beer league team, and you go there, he'll design it with you, look at it with you. And even for people just, before we wrap it up, people just like that want to start selling merch and that want to start producing their own clothing line, they could even create you a Shopify with
like they take care of you so much. If you go in person, they offer you a coffee. Like, bro, shout out Fana again. Yeah. Check them out. Thank you for all the support and all the merch and all that. So
thank you.
Shout out Fana, and they do a lot of like soccer related things. But yeah, speaking of the soccer, the boys decided to put the best sport at the second on our notes. So we're gonna get into soccer. No, real football.
Il calcio.
So to start off, shout out Andrea. We're going to start off with him. Liverpool officially crowned 2024-2025 Premier League champions after their 5-1 thrashing of Tottenham Hotspur. Andrea, obviously happy. He called me after. I think you were... I don't know where you... I think you were running errands. Drew was at the gym or something. So I'm the only one that picked it up in our group. We have like a group chat where we call each other. And he's like, bro, I'm buzzing.
Yeah, literally, that's his voice.
That's exactly how he sounds. Because at first, this one, we were all on the call. He's like, guys, do not tell me who won, because he had a soccer game.
We were like,
I'm going to PVR, I'm going to record it. And then I'm like, I never do that. Like, if I miss the game, I never miss a Lazio game, just by the way I'm saying. But if I were to, for whatever...
He was at soccer, though. There's an excuse. He had a game.
No. But if that would happen to me, and for whatever reason, I'd have to go play, like... Recording games, in my opinion, I think it's so dumb because it's like if I just press the advance button, I'll find out what happens in a split second. So
yeah, but let's say Champions League game. Let's say
I would never miss it. It would never happen. But the point is that. Okay, really. The point is that he was so set. And he's like, Mike, Biagio, stop, and we're playing jokes.
Yeah,
we're giving him both ends of the spectrum. Like, yeah, bro, you're gonna have to wait till next week, or hey, they won, yeah, whatever. So he was freaking out. And then after, eventually, he's like, bro, I'm recording it. I'm like, you're going to rewatch it now? He's like, yes. He calls me 5 minutes later. Bro, we won. I'm like, he's so cute. And this is something I added into the notes because I found it hilarious. Bro, I got to respect Everton fans, bro. If you guys don't know,
that was crazy.
They despise, they hate each other, Liverpool and Everton. But
It's
it's
the
one of
derby.
the it's the Merseyside derby. It's one of the most boring derbies because Liverpool just own Everton.
It's not even a close one.
Yeah, it's not even close. Like they're so far
it's
off.
lopsided. It's really
Yeah,
lopsided.
it's a pretty lopsided derby, and also their stadiums are like I think 100 meters apart. It's very close.
The hair of a cunt away
Yeah.
from each other.
But one thing I give Everton, they pranked them well. I'm gonna say what happened, but just to give you guys, they have a rap sheet of a bunch of stuff. So in 2022, when Liverpool had the Champions League final against Real Madrid, Everton fans, I don't know what happened, but basically they sold them like these tickets to a tour bus.
Mika, so Everton's just the big pranksters in the league.
But
eh?
wait to hear this. They sold Liverpool fans. I'm trying to remember the story, but they sold Liverpool fans all these tickets to this tour bus, and the tour bus did not take them to the game. Like it took him to.
That's crazy, bro. Imagine paying those tickets and like.
Yeah. And they sold them like these fake tickets, and Richarlison, who used to play for Everton, like retweeted it, and he's like, he put a Photoshop photo of him driving a bus, like he was all for it, and now. An Everton fan secretly sold all the Liverpool fans fake red flares. And obviously, when I buy it, let's say I would buy a flare off you, I can't try it out because if I set it off,
No,
it's
especially because there was the red label on it. Like the guy took off the blue label.
Exactly, put the red label. And if I buy it off you, for example,
No,
I
you're not
can't
gonna
test
set
it
it
out
off,
because then it ruins the fun.
You ruin the fun, yeah.
Exactly. So all a bunch of Liverpool fans, I was about to say blue Lazio.
Blue Lazio.
Bro, the game ends, they set off, and then everyone on the feed was like, why is there like a big smoke of blue?
Yeah.
Bro, blue flares getting set off. Listen, Everton fans, I respect them.
You guys
they
are diabolical, bro.
They'll never admit it, and I respect that. They know Liverpool owns them.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But you
They
can't
have their
because of the
fun.
ego.
They have their fun.
Yeah.
They do
Respect to them,
yeah,
bro.
they do this. They get their win.
What did my cousin say? He's like, they even try to ruin our day on our moment of glory.
Yeah,
these
like
bastards.
bro, I think they avoided relegation, so that's their season done.
Yeah, who is it? It's Southampton.
It's actually
Leicester.
first time in history that in back-to-back seasons, all three teams that got promoted went back down.
So Southampton, Leicester, and
Ipswich.
That's it.
So, but I gotta give them credit because you know what I love about them is that they know they suck, but they make the best of what they have. They're like, you know what? Let's ruin Liverpool's day.
Yeah.
So,
No, all power to them. But
bro,
listen,
I love
they
it.
won the Prem. Before we wrap it up with Liverpool,
Yeah.
but they won the Prem. But it's kind of it's a kind of sad season in a sense. Like you
There
guys
was
have
no-
more aspirations.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
Liverpool
100%.
had a lot more.
Yeah,
aspirations
they were
than-
supposed to. I wouldn't say we'll go to quadruple, but they were supposed to go far, man.
Like they
They were
were not supposed
supposed
to
to do
lose
so
to,
much.
and PSG proved everyone wrong. But bro, they were not supposed to lose to PSG.
Yeah, they were projected
After
to go for the
dominating the Prem
treble.
like that, bro,
yeah,
no.
but they were supposed to go for the treble. Listen, they're obviously going to be happy. They won the league, tying Manchester United now 20 league titles apiece. But I agree with Mike totally. I'm not trying to take away your Premier League title away from you. What's that noise?
Oh.
Okay, we'll leave it in. Guys, we'll give you the raw, uncut footage.
Raw.
So that's crazy. But like I said, I totally agree with you, Mike. We're not trying to rain on their parade and be a party
No,
pooper.
congrats.
But
to
you make a
guys.
very good point. Like
It's
they
not-
knew they were gonna win the Prem too. Like it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Yeah,
But
it's been like 3 weeks going that they've been waiting.
yeah, that was a big yeah. And before we end it up, just want to say, Arne Slot, the manager of Liverpool, only the 5th ever manager to win the Premier League in his first season.
And what were you saying about him and Van Dijk again?
Oh yeah, this was a crazy, trippy one. In 2013, Arne Slot was at the end of his football career. He played against Van Dijk in a Dutch league game where Van Dijk was starting his career, and now he's his manager. It's just a time.
Yeah, it's
thing.
a time fuck.
Like,
It's
bro,
a-
Arteta used to play with like guys that now
Yeah.
he coaches. Like, you don't. It's
it's
crazy.
It's a mental warfare
Yeah.
type thing.
But yeah, the league title races are going crazy everywhere right now. Moving on to the Serie A, Inter versus Napoli. They're fighting it out for the Scudetto. Inter
man.
choked against Roma this weekend. Napoli
And they
got
lost
the job.
Coppa Italia.
Yeah.
Coppa Italia.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, Inter and shambles. First time since 2012 that they lost 3 games in a row and didn't score a single goal. They lost 1-0 to Bologna, which brought Napoli tied with them. Then during the week, they lose 3-0 to Milan in the Coppa Italia semifinal. So their treble hopes it's over. They still have the league and the Champions League. And then
Bro, but
they're
what
tied
a-
with Napoli.
so-
They're
yes,
tied
sir.
with Napoli. So now they have a better. The head-to-head is tied.
Well, no, because Napoli won versus Torino, no?
No way, I'm getting to that.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is it was tied. So they're like, you know what? We screwed up, but we're tied at least.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
They lose to Roma. Napoli had to get the job done against Torino. A lot of people thought they were going to choke because the pressure's on you now. They beat Torino 2-0. And now Napoli are above Inter. Inter, by the way, have 1 day less to rest for the Champions League game.
They play tomorrow, right? Or no,
They played the Sunday, and they're playing on Wednesday. Now, look, obviously, rest in peace, Pope Francis. We spoke about it last week or one of the other episodes. All the Serie A games got pushed because of the funeral of Pope Francis on Saturday. So because of that, they have 1 day less to rest. Look, Italy, I'm not going to start getting all into that, but Italy is a religious country. You have to respect.
Well, the Vatican's in Italy, so.
Exactly. You have to respect the wishes of it. I get it. You get 1 day less, but bro, they're not going to take it away just because Spain are not as religious as the Italians. It's like that. So now I want to get your opinion. Obviously, Napoli's in the lead, but how it works in Italy, and they just added this portion now, but how it works in the past is if we're tied on points, it goes to head-to-head. So how did we fare against each other when we played each other? If you beat me once and I beat you once, if you beat me 2-0 and I only beat you 1-0, the head-to-head goes to you. But both games ended 1-1. So the head-to-head is tied.
The head-to-head is useless.
And in the past, teams have lost the league on goal difference. And a lot of people hate it, but I agree with it. To lose the league on goal difference I find it stupid. So now they've said it. If it's tied on head-to-head, which it is, it's official. If they're tied on points at the end of the season, there's going to be an extra game, a final, to play for the Scudetto, which has never been seen before. Are you on the... Because a lot of teams in the past, Bundesliga, Premier League, have lost the league on goal difference. Dortmund lost it. The Aguera, that moment. They lost. Man United lost the league by 3 goals, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my opinion. I'll ask you. I think it's stupid to lose the league on goal difference. If it's really that tight, play a final. Gets you more money. And imagine a final to decide a league would be incredible. What do you think?
In a revenue standpoint, yes. In a league standpoint, I think that goals difference is pretty good because it's like, okay, so the teams that are tied in first, there could be one that let in 70 goals in the season, let's say, and only scored 30, let's say. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that would never happen.
That would never happen. But one
Let's
team
just
that's
say.
pounding other teams, but they're still tied at the end of the season, for me, it's like, you should give it to the team that outperformed and outclassed different teams, logically speaking. But if you're looking at it from a revenue standpoint, yes, I agree with you.
Okay. So I'm for it, bro. A lot of people said no, but I'm for it. But it is what it is. Moving on to Spain now. Barcelona on Saturday won the Copa del Rey. They beat Real Madrid, who, if they don't win La Liga, they're going to go
But wait,
trophyless.
I just have to say something. Inter went from glory to nothing real quick.
Yeah.
They could go trophyless as well.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And, you know, it's a good build-off because we're talking about
just
Real
because
Madrid.
actually,
no, but it makes sense. And it's crazy how your season can change in a split second.
Crazy, bro. Within 2 weeks, within the matter of a week and a half.
Yeah, like let's say, because obviously, like we've been waiting a couple weeks for the semifinals to start. They start tomorrow as we're recording this, and for me, actually today because it's midnight. But for me, if you ask me, Barcelona or Inter, easily I would say Inter, and you would agree. But
Between
now,
no.
But now we're the day or even 2 days away at the time.
Yeah.
From that game, and now we're like, whoa.
Barca, bro, I don't think anybody can beat with Barca. But here, jump into Spain so we can talk about Barca a bit.
Yeah. So Barca now, they won the Copa del Rey, which is the domestic cup in Spain. They beat their rivals, Real Madrid 3-2, another El Clasico match. And it was a pretty crazy game. Barca took the lead. Then Real Madrid decided to score 2 goals in like 5 minutes. Mbappe scored a crazy free kick. And then Tchouaméni made it 2-1. Ferran Torres, of all people, comes out of nowhere, ties the game. And then after that, in extra time, we thought it was going to penalties. Koundé wins the Copa del Rey for Barcelona 3-2. And now, Barcelona are halfway there to the quadruple. They won the Supercopa de España back in January. They beat Real Madrid, by the way. So that's another time they beat Real Madrid. They beat Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey, and now they are 2 trophies away from completing the quadruple and obviously the iconic treble, which Real Madrid have never done before. They are 4 points ahead of Madrid in the league, and they are obviously in the semifinals of the Champions League. Do you think Barcelona can win the quadruple? Do you think they'll be the most successful team in Europe?
I think that Barca is going to take the Champions League. Respectfully, I think that Barca takes the Champions League. They already have the league. I think is in the bag for them. Obviously, they have 5 matches left to go, but I still think that they take it. And obviously, the other El Clasico that they're gonna have during the season, not the Copa del Rey, obviously, but the Copa del Rey did sway their way, so that's another trophy for them.
La Liga is technically an El Clasico because they still have to play Real Madrid.
Yeah, no, no, but what I'm saying is they have another game versus Real Madrid, which pretty much that's a 4-point game. So it's a 6-point game basically. Right?
No, they're 4 points ahead. If they lose,
but what I'm saying is it's a 6-point game because you lost 3 points and you're giving it. Not that you dropped 3 points and you're leaving it to the team that's.
I know what you're saying.
I consider it a 6-point switch.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if like we said it on the phone, we were calling another time, and you said it like if Barca beat Real Madrid there, I think it's game over. We both agree on that.
Yeah,
But if Real Madrid win, they're only 1 point away from Barca. The thing is you still have to hold Barca drop points.
Because obviously Barca is going to beat the other teams that they're playing. I don't even know what their lineup is.
Like even when we were talking about on one of the episodes of the podcast, even when they played like Getafe, they had a horrible game. They won 1-0 off an own goal. They find a way to win.
Yeah.
And that's what you need in your team.
That's the team that they are, So I think Barca, I don't know if they're going to go for I don't know if they're going to win the quadruple there. That's like a stretch, but I think treble is, I think it's an 80% guarantee that they win the treble.
I agree with you that the quadruple for me, if they go for I feel like it's like kind of like they're mutually not exclusive. They're like together.
But bro, if you just look at it, like look up Barca's schedule, okay? They play Real Valladolid, I think that's how you pronounce it, and then they play Real, then they play Club Espanyol, and then they play Villarreal, and then they play Athletic Club. So basically, they're not dropping games. At
that point, Athletic Bilbao might be focused on the Europa League.
And I think it really plays out like we said against Real Madrid. So Real Madrid, also another team.
They could go trophyless.
Technically,
no, because they won the Super Cup this year.
Yeah, but in a sense, if you count the major trophies, obviously
that is still a major trophy.
Debatable.
No. Like
debatable.
No. I agree with you that you think it's debatable, like in an opinion based. But officially speaking, it's a major trophy. It's considered a major trophy.
But you know what I mean? Like if we talk about major trophies, we're talking about league, domestic, and Champions League, where you actually have
if you're talking opinion based,
obviously, bro, you already reached the final of the Super Copa if you win the Champions League, right? So
but it's like one is to get to the Super Cup is a flex.
Yeah, well, obviously, you have to win the Champions League, right?
But anyway, we're gonna wrap it up with soccer. But yes, Real Madrid could go
trophyless.
Well, technically no, but for the year, yes. For the year. But let's move on to the MLB. We have actually quite a bit to talk about. We wanted to write. I thought it was a pretty cool that Mike added this in the notes. But Dodgers player Ohtani announces the birth of his daughter.
He's like, "Fuck, she can't play baseball."
Is there women baseball?
Softball. Usually they play softball. There's no like.
There's no
baseball.
actual women that. But what's the difference softball and baseball?
Softball is like, bro, they like underhand toss it like.
Okay.
Goes at crazy speeds. It's still an athletic sport, but it's not like.
Yeah.
But so congrats to Ohtani, obviously, and congrats to the Dodgers already starting off hot, 18-10. They're just right behind the Giants. They slowed down a bit, but they started off hot. So the defending champs. Still, what?
It's just because you said Giants.
Oh yeah. Well, the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, I know it's the San Francisco Giants.
But yeah, they're right behind the Giants. Another team that also started off two other teams actually. We'll just glance over it quick because we don't have much to talk about the MLB because it's a stretched out season. Usually all the
to say oh my god, look, they're this and
it's too early. It's
way too early.
162 games in a season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
172 games or 162 games.
Sorry, MLB fans, we're trying. We did this for you.
But the Red Sox, which I watched their documentary recently, actually the one on Netflix. I can't remember the title of it, but you go through every player and they have this weird player, bro, James Duran or John Duran. I don't know what his name is. Not John Duran, but James Duran, something like that.
Al Nasser.
Bro, this guy is the weird, bro. He's so weird, bro. He goes on the field, bro, before the game. He lies down naked on the grass, bro, to soak in the arena or whatever it is.
I'm assuming when it's empty, right?
He's like I was gonna say that the Deshaun Watson of the Red Sox, but he's a funky cat. But they were a horrible team last year, and this year they're picking up things up.
But they did start off not the best. The coach got a lot of heat for it. We made a post about horrible. But now they're 16-14.
Yeah, 16-14 right behind the Yankees in the AL East.
So they're doing pretty good.
And they had a batter. Rafael Devers, who's like one of their stars, bro. This guy's like supposed to hit, like you're supposed to be a good hitter, bro. He started off the season, I think, like he went for like 0 for 12, I think, or 0 for 22, something like that, bro. Which means he didn't get on base in almost 12 or 13. Drew, could you check that up? Who was Rafael Devers' stretch, please, while I continue? Rafael Devers, well, how would you search that again? Rafael Devers' stretch of not getting to base or something. But yeah, he started off horrible. So the team started off horrible, but he picked it up 16-14. It's not crazy record. It's almost 500, but
again, it's it's too early to talk.
And even the Mariners in the AL West, Luis Castillo and Logan Gilbert. Obviously, Logan Gilbert is on the IR as of the filming of the pod. 0 for 19, which is crazy, bro. Not getting on base, not even a walk, bro, is crazy.
Yeah.
So it was 0 for 19. But yeah, Logan Gilbert, who's on IR now on the injuries list for the Seattle Mariners, they're both killing it. So their pitching crew is killing it, which we call the bullpen. And they're 16-12, which was unexpected, but they're doing good. So they're leading the AL West 16-12.
But let's guys, we all have to, MLB fans, if we were talking about your team, and even if we're not, take everything with a grain of salt because it's way too early.
Yeah,
way too early. But we just wanted to glance over it because we still want to give show some love to our baseball fans out there. But is there anything else you want to add to that?
I just wanted to say something like, because I was talking about Luis Castillo and Logan Gilbert. No matter how good your infield and your outfield and no matter how much they bat, you need to have good starting pitchers.
It's essential. It's essential to every baseball team. We spoke about it.
I think a lot of people overlook. Like obviously, people know that you need good pitching, but you could have the best team on paper, but if your pitching is ass, and it's just a testimony to the Mariners because their pitchers are killing it and winning them games. You could put up 19 points a game, but if your pitcher's giving up 20 runs a game, you're not obviously.
You see it in the long term affect teams when that happens.
Yeah,
you see it.
Let me know, guys. Actually, if this is a good comparison in the comments. Let me know if you'd compare a pitcher to a goalie in the NHL, let's say.
Yeah, we spoke about it. So, like, if your goaltending sucks, you see it with the Oilers, bro. Skinner's dog shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. I feel so bad. They tied it up. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. But it's a good... I think it's a good comparison to goaltending in the NHL, yes.
Yeah, because you could have the best team on paper, but if your goaltending or your pitching's ass, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Sorry, MLB fans. Once again, we're gonna get more to it. Once we get to the month of August and September.
Yeah, like honestly, near the summertime when all these leagues start to think, we're probably gonna only be talking about MLB.
So guys, stay tuned. MLB
fans too, but we wanted to glance over it to give you guys some love. All our MLB fans
give me
out
some
there.
Sugar.
Yeah. So before we get into the NBA, we just want to give a shout out to our last sponsor of the day, Salvatore. I kind of take over the segment because you guys know I love to eat. But guys,
but no, they were great.
Shout out to Salvatore first of all because of the live stream. Support us. We had some delicious food, some pizza, some wings, some French fries. It was absolutely phenomenal. And guys, shout out Salvatore. We actually shout out Davide for winning the giveaway. We gave away $100 Salvatore gift card, and we're gonna keep giving away those gift cards. So, guys, it's not over. Stay tuned on the live stream. Subscribe to the YouTube. Get, like Mike said, get into the broadcast channel.
But the socials is where they really find all the giveaways. So,
exactly. Like subscribe. You'll find the giveaways there, but a lot of them have to do with YouTube or live stream. So you could be entered there. I thought it was absolutely delicious. You've tried it for the first time. I've already had Salvatore.
Yeah, I never really had Salvatore before they started sponsoring us. But
yeah,
I had it last.
Delicious, man.
The only thing is I ate too much.
We couldn't, bro. Salvatore, it's addicting, man. Once you take one slice, bro, you can't stop.
The glaze.
But bro, like it's absolutely delicious and super chill. And the one we went to that was near my house. Why did I say super chill?
I
met them. No, but I meant like the marketing team we spoke to on over the email. They were super nice people, and And yeah, they hooked us up. We went to the location near my house.
For some reason, you guys got oil on the box.
Yeah, we had a box. I'm
But
sorry.
even you guys, you gotta put the fry in.
Yeah, I don't know how. It's because yeah, maybe. It's because we wanted to get like an empty box to have it on the side. It looked good. And one guy commented, "Ma, you couldn't." It was my uncle. He's like, "Ma, you couldn't get one with oil on top." But we had a clean box, and it just had oil. We rolled with it. But again, guys, shout out Salvatore. Guys, check them out. Always delicious and fresh food. And guys, any big sporting events, you want to have parties with your friends, want to be giving away $100 gift cards, what better way? Have a nice pizza party with your boys. And that's what we did for the NFL draft.
That's exactly what we did.
But thank you again, last sponsor of the podcast, Salvatore. Now moving on to the NBA. I'm going to let you kick this off. It's all playoffs now. So we're just talking about series.
The Lakers, man. Disappointing. They're down 3-1 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. What's crazy is that in both games where they lost, their two last games, they were up in the game more than 10 points in each game at a certain point.
Yeah, and I was up by 10 points. Like I was glancing over it, but I'm like, what happened? I didn't catch the game, but what happened?
It all stems from Luka's been disappointing.
Yeah.
Obviously, game 1 and game 2, he was pretty good, but he's been disappointing. And it's a testimony to when you have too many men that want to be the man on the team.
We see it in all sports.
My cousin says it all the time. He's like, once you join the Lakers, once you join the team with LeBron, he's like, you're number 3. Because there's LeBron in first, there's LeBron's aura in second, and then there's you.
That's crazy. That's how much aura Vinny has.
But obviously, Luka was the man in Dallas. And the Lakers, obviously, everybody was hyped because, like, Luka's crazy. Like, he's crazy. When he's on his game, he's
and
like,
you're
he's
adding it to an already stacked team.
So that's the thing. It's like they went to trade AD, who's a center. The Lakers needed a center. Like, they've always needed a center. I don't know why they went to trade AD. Obviously, he's made of glass and whatever. So Lakers fans were hyped. But then they started to notice that it's like you have two primary ball handlers. So it's like, who wants the ball more? And obviously, like, even though Luka doesn't bother him to share the ball with LeBron, it's more like I'm used to controlling the game, so my game's gonna be affected.
But that's the thing. He was the main guy at the Mavericks. So now it's like, what do you do?
It's like, what do you do? Like,
so now he's got to play second fiddle to
like,
LeBron.
It's like, I join you. You're playing on a team, any sports team, and you're the man. And I come on the team now. I was the man on my other team, and I come and it's like, okay, I don't mind sharing the ball with you or sharing it. Like, I don't mind because you're a really good player. But it's like, now there's too much talent. It's like
that's the
it
thing.
affects my game because it's like now I don't touch the ball as often. I don't have as many touches as you.
Bro, I say it all the time for any sport. It's like when you play a video game. When you have all the best weapons, it's cool. But in real life, bro, we're human beings. There's a mental aspect to it. Now, like, I bet Luka feels a bit... He feels like
now he has the pressure.
Shell of his former self because it's like, I used to be the guy.
Yeah.
Everyone at Dallas used to love me. Now it's like, yeah, they love me, but bro, like at the end of the day, everyone is talking about Vinny. You know what I mean? Like,
LeBron. That's it. And so they're down 3-1, and I think he feels the pressure because the fans are starting to like not turn on him, but they're like,
give him time. But we spoke about it when we were doing our notes for this. We all have a nice call and we discuss, and we spoke about it. Like, I don't think we're that worried. Like, I think the Lakers are gonna come back.
Yeah,
they could still get knocked out, but I don't think they'll choke
the NBA is the sport where you have a better chance to come back down 3-1. I think
like
there's
then
no
hockey,
other sports.
Even hockey, you would say
hockey. No, bro, hockey's so tough to win 3 games in a row.
Yeah,
if you're down 3-1, it's impossible, bro.
And what makes basketball easier to come back
because
from these
you can
deficits?
go really one game at a time. As to like, I don't know what it is, bro, but in basketball,
technically it is all one game at a time. But I know what you mean. Like, it's tough.
Like, bro, it's really tough, bro. 3 periods hitting each other and like a fluky bounce. But basketball, once you take control in the game, you could keep control until the end of the game.
Yeah, you just have to keep the pace.
Like 1-1, it's like, okay, now we're tie game. Like, what are we doing?
You know what I mean? Versus basketball,
it's like a swing of 5 points.
Yes, okay, I know what you mean because it goes because of the points system. Yeah. Like hockey, it's 1 goal, 1 point. NBA, bro, like
if you start off the game hot, you could keep control. Until the end.
Like, bro, you could get a couple free throws, you get some 2-pointers, and then, bro, someone sinks a 3-pointer. Yeah. It's not a 1 point. There's multiple ways of getting points. So I agree now. I see what you mean by why it's easier to make a comeback in basketball. So I'm not worried. I think that the Lakers could take it in 7.
I think it'll go to 6. I don't know if they'll take it in 7, but I think it'll go to 6.
Like, you think
if they win game 6, if they bring it back to 3-3,
Then they'll take it.
Then they'll take it. I think they take it.
Yeah.
But talking about a team that has absolutely no chance of coming back.
Yeah.
The OKC Thunder swept the Memphis Grizzlies.
Get the brooms out.
Nothing much to say about the series. I think it was evident that the Thunder were going to take it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander dominant throughout the whole series. But another guy I wanted to point out was Alex Caruso, who used to be a former Bull and a former Laker. They traded him during the year for Josh Giddey. No, sorry, before the season for Josh Giddey. And it's paying dividends in the playoffs. I mean, listen, he's an outstanding defenseman, and it goes to show why I think he's still a top 10 defender in the league, even though he's getting up there in age. Put respect on Alex Caruso's name.
Yeah. We spoke about that.
Yeah.
But good try, Grizzlies.
Yeah.
They got clipped.
Now, actually, we're gonna have a live reaction because I'm gonna go check the score. But
I have the answer.
wait, I'm checking in now.
Okay.
The Cavs have officially swept the Miami Heat.
Yes, because we wrote in our notes, it said Cavs could sweep the Heat.
Yeah.
But as we're recording this, the game just ended.
Yeah. Maybe about an hour. Maybe 2 hours ago. Actually.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
But the Cleveland Cavaliers have officially swept the Miami Heat, and bro, they blew.
So I'm just gonna cross out.
They blew them out tonight.
I'm gonna go in my notes. I'm just gonna cross out could, and I'm just gonna write Cavs sweep Heat. Just gonna cross out could.
Bro, you want to hear the score tonight?
What was the score?
138 to 83.
Jeez.
Bro, they didn't
That's
even
like
put up a fight
What
at
is
all.
that? 50.
That's like they came in your. That's like the Miami Heat were Bonnie Blue, and the Cleveland Cavaliers
That's
came
crazy.
in and
And usually the Heat
affected Bonnie Blue.
I expected more from the Heat though. We thought.
No, but they're pretty. Yeah, but they didn't even. The thing is that they. Like, okay, I didn't think they were gonna win the series. Cavs dominated all season.
No, but at least win one
but
game, bro.
Like, if you look at every game that they played against, 121 to 100, 121 to 112. That was actually their closest game. And then it's 124 to 87, and obviously last game tonight 138 to 83. So it was like never really close, bro.
No, but I thought they would at least win one game in this series. But yes, we crossed.
Yeah,
I
I thought they were gonna hold their own. No,
Cavs sweep the Heat. Is what it is, bro. Go again next season.
Yeah.
Moving on to another series, and I wanted to talk about this because I thought this was hilarious. That someone took the time out of the day to calculate this stat. The New York Knicks, by the way, are having a fantastic run. They're up 3-1 in the series against the Detroit Pistons. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but whoever you are out there, this guy calculated a stat that in the history of the Pistons, bro. Oh, no, sorry. That's a stretch. I didn't do that much research, but for the Pistons, I don't remember who the last Pope. Who was the Pope before Francis?
Pope Benedict.
Okay, so he was whatever, and then the Pistons were winning games. They were winning games. He steps down. Pope Francis is appointed.
As the playoffs, though. Mention that it's the playoffs.
Yeah, no. They've actually won games. I'm gonna specify that. I'm talking playoff wins.
That would be crazy, bro. 15-year stretch not winning one game.
So Pope Francis is appointed as the Pope. And before that, the Pistons won a playoff game. Then they got eliminated.
Which was 2013 when he got appointed.
Okay, so he gets appointed in 2013. Bro, 12 years go by. The Pistons do not win a single playoff game. May he rest in peace. He passed away last Monday.
Yeah.
The day after he died, the Pistons finally won a playoff game. Someone just made. So I don't know if it's a made up.
I don't know, bro. There's so many stats out there. These people
bro,
are
but
like,
can I know who's calculating the stat of the Detroit Pistons? Of all people, bro.
Bro, there's
Of all
all kinds of
teams.
stats. It's like when LeBron James wears green shorts. It's like when LeBron James wears green shorts going to a game, they're like 2-0 or something.
Bro,
like,
I have to say this though.
fucking
I know we
stats.
already spoke about football, but me and my cousin noticed this when he started getting to football.
There's all kinds of records.
What is these, bro? Caleb Williams, first guy to throw to a white right receiver with blonde hair, blue eyes, that stepped in bounds twice while wearing Nike cleats. Like, bro, where do you get these stats,
bro? There's the most crazy stats, bro, and they're all records. Every player in the NFL, I think, has a record.
Yeah, bro, like pack it up. But shout out to the guy that did this Detroit Pistons, Pope Francis.
Breakdown, bro.
Bro, 12 years have gone by before the Pistons won, but they did win a game. They're probably going to lose the series. Let's be real. The Knicks are probably going to... I say Knicks are going to take it next
5.
game. Yeah, they're going to take it.
Um,
But yeah, I just wanted to do that just because it was a funny thing. But let's cap off
with the Golden State
Celtics
Warriors.
are up 3-1 on the Magic.
Yeah, I'll let you go with the Magic. Yeah, go.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, no?
Well, I had Golden State after, but it's okay. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll end it off
with
with those guys, but because it's a more like entertaining one. The Celtics, I mean, one game away from ending that series.
I'm surprised even the Magic won a game, bro. To be honest with you, well, Tatum was out for a minute, but for like 2 games, I think he was out. But
No, I disagree.
I think
at least one game, I'd say.
bro. But because that's the thing. You see, the NBA is like when the team's better, the team is better. Like you won't have like it's not close, bro. So
But they want a game.
they want a game.
But realistically, we know that the Celtics are taking
bro,
this.
they're on the come up. The Magic are young. Paulo Banchero, I was gonna say Florian Wirtz, bro. That's crazy. Franz Wagner. Franz
Leverkusen midfielder.
Yeah.
To a basketball player.
But Franz Wagner, they have both Wagner brothers, I think, and like I think they're on the come up. Shout out the Orlando Magic.
We're gonna end it off. What you wanted to talk about? Golden State.
Experience versus youth. That's what I call this series. Experience versus youth. Obviously, the Warriors are up 2-1 right now in this game. They're playing tonight. They're in the fourth quarter, 94-92 as I'm speaking for the Houston Rockets. So maybe Houston takes it tonight. It's a 2-point swing, 7 minutes left. We don't know what happens. But this is crazy. I like this because, bro, the Rockets are putting up a fight against an experienced team that's already won championships altogether. With Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and obviously they had traded away like Poole and Klay Thompson, stuff like that. But these are guys that are experienced in the playoffs and know what they're doing. They also went to get Jimmy Butler, actually notable trade before notable trade.
We were wondering too when he wanted to leave, and he's like, yeah, whatever. We were wondering like, oh, where's he gonna go?
Yeah, so he's back and he's helping them out, and like I like this series because you really see like youth versus experienced men in playoff. I don't know why it's like,
this is going to be an entertaining series.
My words, but it's going to be an entertaining series. I think they probably take it to 7 games, but obviously I give the edge to the Warriors. Warriors obviously
they're a safe bet.
Obviously they're a little older, but they have more talent in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that was our NBA
segment.
recap.
We're going to move on to hockey. And we're going to start it straight up because I have a question to ask you. Playoff hockey, we all know the stereotype around it is, okay, stop calling stuff, like let the guys play
in the playoffs. Yeah,
like I noticed that, and it's everyone's pretty much noticed if you watch hockey a lot, is that certain calls get tossed under the rug in the playoffs versus in the regular season. You would agree? Would you agree with me?
100%. Yeah, because refs step away and want players to play against players. They don't want to like
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, building off that, currently right now this is like kind of connected to my question, but right now the Habs are down 3-1 to the Capitals. Wednesday they're playing game 5. Our Habs season could well and truly be over on Wednesday. Building off of that, I'm not saying that the Habs would have beaten the Capitals in these games because of these calls, but it does play a role. Now, we were talking about it with my cousin, but I'm pretty sure it was Line that got cross-checked right in the line of view of the ref, and a lot of people were discussing it. What's your thought on the refs not calling a lot of, not even just the Habs, there's a lot of cross-checking calls that are not being called, like to the face, in the mouth, in the teeth, bro. I think getting a mouthful of wood.
I think that's bad. That's crazy.
Like Bonnie Blue, bro. No, but I think it's ridiculous. I know you're like a hockey connoisseur.
Listen, I like that they let the play, right? They don't want to affect the game. You don't want to be the reason why a team lost. Never in the playoffs. You never want to be that.
It's true because of the man advantage. I get it. Yeah.
But there's certain things like a cross check that's blatant, and I'm not a Habs fan, and I'm giving you guys right.
You hate the Habs, if anything.
Yeah, I hate the Habs.
But you said it, like, come on.
Like that. You gotta call those. You gotta call those when it's that blatant, it's that obvious. Then you're not, because they don't want to affect the game because they don't want to be like, oh, they were biased, this and that, whatever. The NHL doesn't want to get called out. But now you're giving it as if you're biased because you're not giving those calls. Like, listen, a late hit, let it slide. A cross check to the face where the guy goes down in front of you.
I could give you another example. Gallagher. My God, he got his shit rocked, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
But
his head snapped back. Like, you gotta call that.
When it's that blatant and that obvious, you gotta call it, because then you lose control of the game, and then you don't know who to give. Because usually how it works.
That's what I was just gonna say. Because then you're like, where is it?
Yeah.
Where is it now?
Yeah.
Is that too rough? Is it too soft to call?
Well, yeah, the line's not there. Because usually how it works in the playoffs is if I give you a pretty weak call, if you slash me, let's say you're playing against, you're a Washington Capitals player, you're playing against the Canadiens. If you slash a Canadiens player and I call it, but then I notice, fuck, that was a weak call on my end. Like I should.
Then you call it.
Then next
to make
week
up
call,
for it.
It's called a makeup call, and you get it back.
You see it in all kinds of sports.
But now that's how you lose control of the game.
Yeah, you can't start playing You can't start being like, okay, everyone gets to win. Like, bro, you have to be consistent.
You have to be consistent, and that's where a ref loses the control of the game, and that's where you start seeing the most bullshit.
And that's where, in my opinion, we're gonna get to our final answer here as we move along to the other series. I think it's ridiculous. I think the refs need to. These
they're
calls
gonna discuss
are ridiculous.
after the first round. They're all gonna discuss. They have meetings, I know, each week and whatever. That's for sure. Because obviously they get called out for their bad calls. Like they'll get called out for it.
Bro, everyone sees them, man.
They're an employee, so they get called out. But I think they're gonna have a call at the end of the series, like they normally do.
So do you agree with me, or would you say?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
They need to call these more.
Yeah, I agree.
So
with you 100%.
Moving on.
But just to slide it, I don't think you guys come back. Screw the Habs.
Yeah, there's this stance on it. Moving on, bro. I gotta give this one shout out Gio, bro. The Winnipeg Jets were up 2-0. Everyone thought they were not sweep the Blues, but like they were cooking, bro. The Blues
I called it. Hey, by the way, I called it on the podcast. I think the Blues were gonna win.
You said to win the series.
Yeah,
I said the Jets, but no. I think I said that the curse will live on.
Yeah,
I did, but I did not expect the Jets to like I did not expect the Blues to come back like that. I thought it would be like a one-off. So the Blues played the first two games, obviously, in Winnipeg. They come back. They tie the series 2-2. So now it's open field.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm still going to go with my Blues. They're not my team. I'm still going to go with my prediction of the Blues, and I think they take it. The President's Trophy curse lives on. Bro, shout out the Blues, man.
Yeah. No.
They picked it up.
Good for the Blues, bro. They ended off their season strong, and they're a team that like
they were known as the Blues that don't lose.
Okay.
That was literally the thing. I'm not even making that up.
For real?
Bro, I saw it all over TikTok.
Oh, okay. Probably that's like
it was like no. It was like a thing, like a trend. Like the Blues don't lose.
Probably. But all I know is that they play Gloria after the games, which is a banger.
What song?
Gloria. Calling Gloria.
Okay, we can't keep going because it's gonna be copyright.
No, because I'm singing the song.
No, but I'm thinking that it's actually a thing.
Drew, is it copyright if I sing the song? It's not.
Bro, it's like a podcast. I swear to God, I listen to podcasts, they do that.
Definitely
Anyways,
not.
Whatever.
Anyway, it wasn't long enough either way. Yeah,
that's
so
what she said.
They tied the series. Talking about somebody that took an advantage tonight, a 3-1 advantage. The Florida Panthers. I don't know. Did you have anything else to say on the Blues?
No.
Okay.
But I like to see a little pushback from teams.
Yeah. They're giving pushback. It's good. The Panthers, who were on steady waters, they're still on steady waters.
Battle of Florida.
The Battle of Florida. The Battle of the Everglades. They were. Yeah. Well, that's.
I don't know why you said that.
Well, because that's what it's called. Like,
yeah, I know, but.
But yeah, now they lead the series 3-1. They ended up not pummeling, but they won 4-2 tonight against the Tampa Bay Lightning. But I was noticing a trend because when we take down our notes, we take them down the day before. So I like to go through.
Yeah, so stuff could change. We
stuff
know
obviously
that.
changes, right? But we adjust during the podcast. But this just goes to prove that there was a noticeable change in the way the Lightning were playing the Panthers, and this is all stems from John Cooper and knowing what it takes in the playoffs. Obviously, they're down 3-1, but they had their run. Like the Lightning did have their run in the playoffs. They won 2 Stanley Cups in the matter of 5 years. So you can't shit on them too much.
Yeah, we got to give them credit.
So first game they lost 6-2. Second game they lost 2-0. Obviously the Lightning I'm talking about. Third game they came back and won 5-1. So there was a visible adjustment where they
something changed in that third game.
They shut down the offense, and it was noticeable too. The offense of the Florida Panthers wasn't clicking as much. So they won 5-1, and tonight they lost 4-2, which was probably a highly contested game as well because they scored in the third period. So Lightning were leading all game. Well, not leading all game. It was 2-1 in the second period for the Lightning, and then they came back and scored 3 unanswered in the third, which put them
look, 4-2. We said it as they were struggling, but I think now it kind of shuts down your prediction because now they're one game away from cleaning up this series.
Well, no, my prediction was the Florida Panthers. I think the Florida Panthers.
No, but we wrote it down as okay. Yeah, are the Panthers starting to choke?
Yeah,
you know.
Well, that's it.
But the defending champs are holding their own. They're up 3-1. They need one more win, and they knock out the Lightning. So that would be huge too, because Lightning are usually the favorites.
Talking about another series that's up 3-1. The Carolina Panthers. I'm confounding sports. Carolina Hurricanes destroying the Devils. It's not even a close series.
Yeah, the Devils are dealing with a lot of injuries.
They are. They're playing a B squad, I think, in my opinion. They did scrape out an overtime win, but that can go either way. Like it could bounce off this, bounce off that.
But a win's a win.
A win's a win. It's 3-1 though, but I don't think they have any chance of coming back. I'm not gonna spend any more time on this because I'm not gonna shed any more light on the New Jersey Devils. They are horrible. They're a horrible franchise. I can't stand
that's
the New Jersey
the
Devils.
bias.
It's not bias. It's just Rangers.
No. I know
towards
it's because you can't
the
stand them
Devils.
because you're a
I just
Rangers
can't stand
fan.
them. I can't stand them.
And
they're so cocky. They're such cocky pricks. Yeah, we have Jack Hughes. Well, hey,
he's a good player though.
he's not playing. He's not playing, is he? So you know what? At the end of the day, screw the Devils and actually screw that.
Bro, my boy Mikey Dorish is gonna be pissed when he hears that he's a Devils fan.
No, we like Mikey, but not the Devils. But moving on to a series that's closer to home. So we're gonna end it off with the Edmonton series, but I want to talk about the Ottawa Senators. Here, take it away.
Yeah, Ottawa. Bro, I almost put this as my packet up, but Ottawa survived the sweep. They were up 3-0, the Maple Leafs, and now the series is 3-1. Making it 3-1 in overtime, bro. Like making the series 3-1. Ottawa survived the scare. They won in overtime.
But realistically, just because I know where you're going with this, at 3-1, especially knowing the Ottawa
Senators, don't get me
Senators,
wrong. I don't even remember. What was the last time the Senators won a playoff game?
2017, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a while. No. More because they haven't made
2015. You got to search that up. That's
No.
because I feel like they were in the playoff. We played them.
They haven't made the playoffs since 2015. It's been like 10 years.
They haven't made the playoffs in 2015.
Point is that they
I
won
need this
a thing,
proven
right? So like what you just
They
said
won
about
a thing, bro.
what did I say that?
They won a thing.
What you just said about Carolina and the Devils, to win in overtime, it's kind of like, okay, yes, you won, but it's like, okay, relax.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
flip,
saying. The
exactly.
Devils, like, yeah, it's a coin. Huh?
Okay, so he was.
Oh, bro, that's so much aura.
Okay.
2017.
Okay, he gained the hockey
against
aura.
against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the the finals of the Eastern
Okay, bro,
Conference
relax. Go out. Now you have to go outside.
Aura.
No, but
Aura.
touch some ice or something. I don't know.
Did you get me doing the aura stance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Did you get me? Mentalidad.
Anyways, but the reason why I was almost put this in my packet up is because after I get it, he has to do it because he's like the face of the team, is the captain. But Kachuk goes out to the crowd and he's like, "Let's go, yeah!" And he throws a stick. Like, bro, you were one play away from getting swept. Yeah. Relax. The series is still 3-1.
I appreciate his hype, but relax.
Yes. You're going back to Toronto. I think the series is gonna end. Yeah. I said Leafs in 4, but we're gonna go. There's going to another game.
Leafs in 5.
Leafs in 5. But bro,
you were close, bro. You almost had that prediction, bro.
And no one.
Oh no, that wasn't your sweep, eh? It was the Edmonton Oilers.
No. But it was. I did say the Leafs would sweep the Senators.
I couldn't remember.
I didn't say the Oilers. No, I remember. I didn't say the Oilers would sweep.
Oh no, you did say the Oilers would sweep. But you said on the Eastern Conference that the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, sorry, both,
yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
But the point is like, listen, I would be hyped too if I was Kachuk, I'd be hyped too. But then I would go back in the locker room and be like, Jesus, guys, we need to lock in.
Guys, I did that, but I could lose generational.
Yeah,
if we get pounded
like
5-0.
I know the PR team wanted me to do it, but like, bro,
we gotta lock in.
Lock in, gang.
Lock in, gang.
And we're gonna end it off on the West Coast, bro. I think no one expected this, bro. I put the Oilers.
What's 2-2 now?
No, I know, but I put the Oilers to sweep the Kings.
Yeah,
bro. The Kings.
No one expected it.
Yeah. By the way, I was watching the game last week. I think it was game 2, bro. That was the most Edmonton Oiler. That was the most Edmonton Oiler thing. No, I actually watched it. Being dead ass, bro. I know there was a.
Yeah, we watched it too.
I know. We were watching it together, but then when you guys left, and then after someone else left,
yo, that's no. You gotta cut that.
No one's gonna know, bro. Just stop being a softie. You said the freaking janitor thing, but that's okay. No one's gonna know what it is. But if you know, you know. The point is that the Oilers, bro, were down 5-2 with like 7 minutes left. McDavid is just him. He ties it 5-5, and they still lose.
Yeah, bro.
6-5.
This guy.
The scrappiest no goal I've ever seen in my life, bro. The puck was like flying in the air because he mishit it. And it went over Skinner, guys. We've said it so many times. Skinner's ass.
This guy
is dog
bro. Shit. Yeah, no, it's just McDavid, bro. He's gonna have a hernia by the end of his career.
I think,
for
bro,
carrying every team that he's been on, bro. It hasn't been even.
Can we just put this guy on a pity team, bro? Like, give him a Jerome McGinley type shit and just give him a Stanley Cup, bro.
Yeah, like, I don't think he's gonna win a Stanley Cup from the year to the end of his career.
But it's still 2-2. Like you said,
I said it on the Puck Nation podcast. Shut them out. I don't think he's ever gonna win a Stanley Cup.
Listen. It's all like you said. The series is tied 2-2, so it's not over. But my God, man, this guy, single-handedly put the team on his back. When it was 5-2 Kings, everyone was like, "Bah, It's over.
So yesterday they even did a comeback to get into overtime, and Draisaitl buried the winner. So good for them. They're 2-2. We're all pulling for Edmonton. We all want Edmonton to go.
I think it's
a
more
pity
for
team, bro.
McDavid.
We feel so
I
bad.
feel so bad. Like, bro, just give McDavid a cup
So
already.
what's Bianco Celesti's prediction on this one?
Well, now I can't say 4-0. I say this goes to 7. Oilers in 7.
Yeah. I think Oilers. I think Oilers taking it 7 now. It's they're like locking gang. What's wrong?
I farted. Yes.
Oh, well.
It's okay. I farted.
Anyway, the Edmonton Oilers.
What do you think in this series?
The Edmonton Oilers, I think, are going to take it in 6 or 7 games. I just don't know. Like, depends their next performance. If they win next game, I think they take it in 6. If they lose next game, they take it in 7.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm adjusting this. I don't know. Like, the couch is like riding up my. The couch is like riding up my ass. Anyways.
That's crazy.
Before we get into
mention.
pack it up. Honorable mention. We talk about the main sports. We're going to talk about tennis here. Mr. Tennis Connoisseur.
So
this was huge, though. I even knew about this.
I love tennis. Obviously, Novak Djokovic is getting up there in age, and he's now lost 3 games in a row, and you're starting to see the decline. Obviously, Father Time is undefeated. I say it all the time. For all athletes, at some point you could dominate your sport, but young kids take over. But now he's been officially eliminated in the first round of. Well, he gets a bye to the second round in a sense because he's well ranked. He's still well ranked. He's in the top 10.
Okay, so he's not like out.
No, he's been out, but it's just that you get like preferential seeding if you're a top 10 player.
Okay.
So he lost in the final, which he made a Miami. This is it. So they start the year off, right? He does a Grand Slam and he loses in the semifinals to Alexander Zverev, which is still a good showing. They go to Qatar, an ATP 500. He loses in straight sets to Matteo Berrettini, another Italian. He goes to Indian Wells, where they start the Sunshine Doubles. They call it the Sunshine Doubles, which is just 2 Masters in the States, which is in Indian Wells, which is in California, and Miami. So he loses in the first round. He's in the first round to Botic Van de Zandschulp. Sorry, it's a long name, but he's Dutch. Losing the first round to him, which is a crazy loss. Like this guy, he beat Alcaraz in the U.S. Open, which is pretty big, but.
Okay.
In a sense, it's still like this guy pulled through. He both matches like he won by the skin of his teeth. In a sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a win's a win, but I agree with you.
Then he goes to the finals in Miami, loses to Jakub Mendzik, which is a young comer, Czech, a young player, which is really good. So he wins his first ATP Masters, but Novak loses. Then he goes, now it's the clay swing, which is the double, which they call the clay swing double Masters. It's the Madrid and the Monte Carlo Masters. Loses to Alejandro Tabilo in straight sets in Monte Carlo, and then goes to Madrid, which was Saturday. He lost to Matteo Arnaldi, another Italian, in straight sets. So Father Time is catching up to Novak. Obviously, he's never had a good
Italians are his kryptonite at this point.
I guess, bro, but it's just like it's starting to show, but he's never had a really good clay swing. Like at the beginning, he always performs where it counts the most. I think he doesn't give a shit about Masters anymore. He only wants to win the majors, which are Wimbledon, Roland Garros, U.S. Open, and the Australian Open in the beginning of the season.
But this is obviously a cause for concern because, I think we all grew up with Jokevic. Like he was like with
Djokovic,
yeah. Sorry, Jokevic.
Yeah. Djokovic,
Nadal,
Federer.
Yeah, like
these
all those guys. These are guys that are like well known in the tennis
called
tennis
the Big
game.
3.
Yeah,
there's never been players that dominated like them. Now 2 of the 3 are retired. Nadal.
Nadal and Federer are retired. But like to say that, to start to see the decline, it's like fuck, we're getting old, man.
It's sad. It's sad. It's sad to see when you see guys like in any sport.
He's a human being.
Exactly. I know. By the way, just score update. It's still it's 104 in the Houston Golden State.
Yeah, game. Little live.
So by the end,
reaction.
By the end of the game, by the end of the podcast, you guys will have the full score. I'm pretty sure. All right.
Well, so by the time this is posted, everyone's gonna know the game.
Yeah. So that was. But that was my little like extension of the podcast to a tennis segment, which we never really add, but it's still pretty cool for people that don't follow to get kind of informed.
We always include sports if there's like some honorable mentions, you know what I mean?
So now
my favorite segment, guys. We don't have the French fries, but it's okay. Imagine French fries are in my hand, okay?
French fries are in our hands.
But yeah, guys, for people that are new here, everyone knows the joke by now, unless you live under a rock. Put the fries in the bag basically just means to get to the point, wrap it up. We say pack it up. It can mean any person, team, thing that basically just needs to, It's getting out of hand. It's getting bad. Pack it up. We're gonna get into our pack it up moments of the week. Let's start off with producer Ju.
Yeah, Ju, come here and say it. Come here and say it.
Get on the camera. Yeah.
Get on the camera. Come.
Yeah, blue Lazio. What's your pack it up? He said it's. We're gonna
have
know.
your pack it up moment?
No, he said it. Okay, what's your pack it up?
Okay.
My pack it up is gonna be
Get more, because you might not be on camera. More.
Is it good for you?
Yeah.
My pack it up is gonna be the Toronto Maple Leafs
Oh, okay.
because they seem to have a tradition of making it 3-0 and then choking.
Okay,
Like
this.
wait.
They're still gonna win
You
the
got to
series,
listen.
let's be
Listen.
real.
Last year there was 3-0 against Boston. Boston came back, beat them in Game 7. The run again when the Habs had that run in 2021, the Leafs were leading 3-0, lost to the Habs.
Last year they made it past the first round. I'm pretty sure. No.
No, they did.
No, they lost to the Bruins.
Oh no, it was the year before.
And it's
I
a
know
thing that Leafs fans are actually scared of because it happens. They lead 3-0 and
Yeah.
then they lose.
By the way, I know that there's. Oh wait.
That's my pack it up.
Yeah, that's your pack it up. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna wait for him to get back to his spot and switch the camera. I want to add to build off it. The Maple Leafs haven't swept a series since 2001, which is crazy, bro.
That's when I was born.
But that's crazy though.
Huh?
Weird flex.
Reflex.
Weird flex.
Yeah,
you
weird
said.
flex. I was born before.
Actually, you weren't born. No,
I was
you're
born.
No, you're born in July, and the series was.
Yeah, but I was
in,
born
like,
before
May.
9/11, so I experienced 9/11.
I was not alive for that, so no. But
Affected.
my point is that you actually weren't even alive, because it was July.
For 9/11, I was alive.
No, we're not talking about 9/11. We're talking about the last time the Maple Leafs swept the series was May of 2001, bro. You know how sad that is.
It is sad.
I've
seen nine, bro. Just a quick segment. I've seen 9/11 in my life. I saw the downfall of Diddy, and I saw COVID. 3 notable mentions within the last 30 years, I think.
Bro, anyone who's born in 2025, you missed everything. Just go back to bed, bro.
just stay in bed.
What is that?
It was like when they thought that because like the way computers were built.
Oh yeah, it's true. As of 2000, they thought that when it would turn 2000, everything would turn off.
Like computers weren't built to like go to 2000 or something.
Oh, like okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, that's what people keep saying.
Oh, they did lose in the first round last year, Drew. Me, you're clutch, bro. You did. I forgot. They did lose. They weren't up 3-0 though. They weren't up 3-0.
No, but the point.
So that's false news.
But the point is that
They were down 3-1. They came back and then lost in Game 7.
okay, but still, the point is we know the Maple Leafs are known.
Yeah.
No, but we know
That's
that the Maple Leafs are known.
No, we know the trend. Yeah, we know the trend. Yeah.
I still think they'll win the series, though. I still think they'll win the series, but bro, to choke, if they do choke it, bro, like back it up. But yeah.
So
no, I'll let you go for
yeah.
yours. 'Cause
So
I'm
my
intrigued by
pack it up, staying on the tennis world,
Okay.
is Alexander Zverev. Okay, Alexander Zverev, German tennis player, very good player. So now in tennis, there's Hawkeye, which is a computed system with cameras all around the arena, lasers. Obviously, there's you don't see, but that calculate the speed of the ball and if it's out or in, because they don't want the human error of let me see if it was in.
Let the technology take over, and that could decide games.
So what happened is that we're gonna try to put it on the podcast, but a ball it's still questionable to this day, but apparently, so a ball was hit from his opponent Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. He hit
what
it,
a name.
and it seemed to go out from the camera. So Zverev's like, they didn't call it out. Hawkeye didn't call it out. The system didn't call it out.
Okay.
So Zverev goes and he's like, this was out. The technology, because it made a mistake earlier in the day. But he's like, this was out. This is the mark. You could see it because it's clay. So it's like, you could see the ball mark.
Yeah, it's true.
So he's like, come and see. The umpire is like, no, we have to go with the technology. It's called in. It was called in. So he goes during the match, which is a fine because he pulled out his phone during the match, went on the mark, took a picture, and he's like, I'm going to post this to social media after. So then he gets a fine. I think it was like a $25,000 fine, whatever it is.
That's crazy.
For pulling out his phone during a match, or $5,000 fine, whatever it is.
Still 5,000.
All to come back at the end when he analyzed it that he took a picture of the wrong mark. So So he was convinced that the ball that was hit was that mark, but it was
wasn't.
another mark.
Nah.
So, bro, I was on this very pack it up.
Pack it up.
Pack
That's
it up.
funny.
Yeah.
That's a good moment.
So he took his phone out, ate a $5,000 fine. He still won the match, so good for him. He made the.
Oh, okay. So that's even more pack it
Yeah.
up because I made no sense.
He
still won.
He won, bro. He made so much prize money off the match, obviously. For sure,
Okay, and
it's
some
the
of it
Masters.
went to the. To
But
the
bro, it was the
association.
wrong mark. So anyway, that
That's
was my
crazy.
pack it up moment. I was on the very pack it up.
Bro, that is hilarious. To end it off, my pack it up. Nice fart. My pack it up, and I was gonna put, like I said, the Kachuk thing, but this one was way funnier. If you guys noticed it in our live stream, okay, we're watching the NFL draft. My pack it up is, how is every single person on that draft illiterate? No one could announce, bro. No one
It's
could have
true.
announced it, bro. I don't remember which guy it was, but it
Bro,
was-
the guy from the Raiders.
yeah, like, no, he was like, he sounded like Xavier Leggett, bro. He's like, yeah, it was the draft. One guy's like, yeah, in the 2005 NFL. Bro, you're like 20 years old. Oh, I know what you mean. The guy from the Raiders with the big hand.
Yeah,
He's like,
bro. Every time he would come up, he would be like the Las Vegas, the Vegas Raiders select. And
bro, one of them he said
and then-
Oakland, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Did he say Oakland?
yeah.
He said
One of them
Oakland.
he said the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, that's
so,
not that bad though. Like,
I mean, low-key it is.
because he
They're not-
played while they were the Oakland Raiders.
Yes, I know, but it's Las Vegas.
Yeah,
now.
I know. And then the next one, bro, he went up. He didn't give a shit about the year, bro. The Las Vegas Raiders select with their 250 pick or whatever, whether their 200th pick, 2005 NFL draft. It's like,
Bro,
what?
and it was so weird. First of all, everyone over there
Like
was
lock-in.
illiterate. Number one. The other one that made me laugh was that girl that looked like she had a gun pointed to her. She's like, the Kansas City Chiefs select. Like, bro, relax. You just say it.
Bro, Roger Goodell's beating her.
Yeah. Like, okay. And then there was
But she's a woman though, so. What did you have to say last?
so
Sensitive topic.
yes.
Rent free.
Yeah.
Rent free.
I have to say it because you brought it up, bro. Yeah, you
Rent
brought it
free.
up. But bro, between that, it was a mix of either a guy taking way too long, like, by the way, guys, in 1992 I played for the Detroit Lions, and the Lions select. Okay, bro,
Yeah.
relax. No one cares.
Yeah.
And then the one guy goes, Giants select Abdul Carter. Bye. Bro, it's like
Make it a big climactic.
yeah. And then the other ones where they would like,
Bro, there's some people that just do not know how to read.
yeah, they just don't know how to read.
In the 2025 draft.
Yeah. That was
Oh,
the
that was
Travis
when-
Hunter pick, I think, or the Cam Ward. Was it?
No, it was
one
the
of the
Travis Hunter. It was the
it was
Travis Hunter.
Bro, I looked at you like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
And then after, obviously there was the whole thing. Like, every guy's, bro, some of them, they would just shake the guy's hand, the commissioner. Some of them had a whole, Abdul Carter had like a whole dap up, bro. He had like a whole
Bro, he had like a whole handshake. I think he did a backflip in front of Roger Goodell, grabbed him by his cheeks. And
But guys, yeah, my pack it up moment. Anyone that was, if you know, if you watch the draft, pack it up, bro. You need to learn at least to read. You have literally one line on that cue card to read. Blank will select, the 2025 will select, and then you say the name. That's it, bro. It's not hard.
No, it wasn't complicated.
Like, bro. Anyways, but yeah, pack it up.
Moving on.
And now
I just
we're
want to say, before we get to the questions, I do respect women. I hate periods, and tampons should be a lot less
yeah.
expensive.
Like, we're just
Alright.
joking around.
So we're
Don't
just
take it too
joking.
seriously.
Okay.
Follower questions, guys. This is where you guys come in, and we always post on our story before we film the podcast or the day before. Send us in your questions for a chance to be featured on the podcast, and we're gonna have more interactive experience with that coming soon.
We're gonna try something. We're gonna try something soon. Maybe even call-ins. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
we're gonna see that. But Ju, hit us up. First question.
First question, I guess, is for Mike. This is from
Manganiels, yeah, Manganiels. Okay, mas, yeah.
Who has the best water on your Wolfpack
Okay,
hockey team?
bro, this guy has an invention that I've never seen in sports. bro.
Water. It's water.
Yes, but listen, bro. He puts ice in his water during the games, bro.
Okay.
Nobody does that in sports. Like, there's nobody that brings an iced water bottle to games. Have you ever had somebody that,
Fuck,
like,
that's a good point.
bro, I'm telling you.
Bro, I don't think I've ever
Bro,
put ice
when
in
I
my
grabbed
water.
this water, like the first time, because like my bottle, I finished it or whatever, where I didn't have water. So I'm like, oh, can I borrow your water? I'm like, yeah. Then I feel shaking. I'm like, There's ice cubes in this thing. Stop making it nice and fucking fresh.
Bro, you're bougie, bro.
Bro, that's what I told him. I'm like, I love your invention. It's not a crazy invention, but
I mean, it's not really an invention whatsoever. Like,
well,
it's been done
it's a crazy
before.
invention, I think, because
For on the bench, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out Mas Maganiels. Bro, that water is insane.
Bro,
Every
ice in
game-
the water, I gotta say, Mas, that is some bougie shit, bro.
Yeah. No, he comes freshly cut ice cubes. Bro, I think his wife chops them up for him, bro. Like,
Bro,
probably-
shout out his wife, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy,
yeah.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm not delusional when I say that.
No. That is a sick invention.
It's a sick
bro.
flex.
That's
Yeah,
a sick
good
invention.
for him. I love him. But I'll see him tomorrow, and hopefully we get.
Yeah, hopefully you guys make it to the
little
semis.
dubs.
We're gonna come. Well, he's gonna watch your game.
Yeah.
You guys, well, Biagio went over this a little bit, but from Mr. Intelligent 89.
Oh, the guy that won the podcast.
Right, the guy that won the
giveaway.
guy that won the Lucky 7 giveaway.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Isaac. His name is Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac asks,
Oh my
what do you think
God.
about the Shador Sanders prank call situation?
Well, we glanced over it already.
but I mean, I personally thought it was funny, and I don't think the kid did anything wrong. It was a harmless prank, but at the same time, I did kind of feel a bit bad for Shador.
Yeah,
You?
100%. Same thing. I mean, not to piggyback off it, just
Yeah.
spend time on it. But yeah, no, I feel bad for Shador, and obviously the kid has to learn that you can't fuck around with numbers just like that you see on a you can't just screw around like that.
Yeah. But we don't know the whole situation. Drew, low-key pack it up because we didn't glance over that. We spoke a lot about it.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
Nah, I just want
It
to bust
was-
his balls.
All right, bro. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah.
Hey, no staring, I have to say. No staring.
No
this
staring
time.
today,
This
no
episode.
staring
Good boy. Okay.
I'll talk to you later. Alexandro
To Parma.
9 asks, what do you think of the running back class of 2025?
Ass.
No. Besides
Ass.
Scaraboo and Gianti,
Janti.
Scaraboo, he's going to cook.
Okay,
at the
Scaraboo's a
first.
biased pick there, but like, bro, no, the class was.
No, but he's a good running back.
Again this year, oh my God.
No, but he's a good running back. I'm
Okay,
just
but
saying-
bro, like when you're talking about
No, but
running
besides those two, I'm agreeing with you. Like, it's an ass running
Yeah.
back class. I'm
pass
just saying,
class.
besides those two, I think it's the rest is shit. We
For
agree.
those that don't hear, the question was, what do you guys think about the 2025 running back class?
I thought it was shit besides Janti and Scaraboo.
Okay, I agree. Scaraboo. Yeah, I agree.
Speak up when you ask a question, by the way.
Gianluca LOL says,
Yes, that's my guy.
what do you think of the refs in the Caps versus Canadian series?
That's
Honest
it.
response.
We spoke about it, bro. I think
Uh,
it's ridiculous. They need
it-
to call.
it is
They need to call
ridiculous.
the cross checking,
It
please.
needs to be a fair game, no matter how you want to call it. A fair game in the sense that if you want to call calls, call them on both sides. If you don't want to call calls, don't call them on both sides.
I
And
agree.
It has to be very, not strategic, but it has to be very well organized, because if you're gonna give a team a call, you have to call the other team back, but you also have to keep control of the game. So I hate the Habs, and I'm saying this from a non-biased perspective, that the Habs got fleeced on that call.
Multiple times.
All right, last question from Amar7. Most entertaining playoff game either in the NBA or NHL right now? Which
Yo, shout out Amar, big Man United fan.
one
my boy.
series of-
If I have to pick NHL, I'm gonna pick NHL, and you could do NBA.
Okay,
That's fair for me.
fair.
NHL for me, Kings Oilers, absolute cinema.
Absolutely.
I love to
Yeah.
see it. Like I said,
It always goes down to the
the
wire.
reason why, yeah.
Even though there's been blowouts in the game, they always come
Yeah,
back.
but what I find crazy about it is like it never seems to end, and like I said, the reason why I'm drawn to this series and watching it is because I thought it was going to be a sweep, and now they have completely flipped the
The
narrative.
script, yeah.
So for me, Kings Oilers, the most entertaining NHL playoff series.
I'm going to go with the NBA one. I'm going to say the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the LA Lakers yesterday. They went down to the wire. Lakers had control all game, and in the last 5-6 minutes, the Timberwolves took over, and it was pure chaos on the LA defense, honestly. Getting stolen the ball, and it was just a lot of back and forth, so it was really great. That was my most interesting
I thought you were
game.
going to say Golden State Houston. Because
No.
it's tighter.
Yeah, it's tighter, but yesterday's game was really entertaining. The fact that the Timberwolves came back, like it was a crazy.
I respect
comeback.
that.
Yeah,
I respect that.
So that was my NBA.
How many
game.
questions do we have?
Do we have another one?
We have one more? Or no,
That was it.
that's all we have.
Awesome.
All right.
So
perfect.
guys, we're gonna wrap it up, but obviously, like we mentioned many times during this podcast, follow us on our socials, subscribe to our YouTube if ever you want to see it in person, if ever you want to see us what we look like, and obviously put a face to the names.
Yeah, the video podcast.
Yeah.
And guys, like he said, follow us everywhere. Our link tree is always linked in the description. Even when you're listening to it on audio, we have our description. All our socials are down there below, so we're going to make it quicker for you guys. We don't have to list it. Everything's in the description below. But seriously, guys, I thought this kid is like the CEO of going MIA. They finally told me what the surprise is. You guys are, oh my God, I can't wait. No more Sopranos. No more Tony Soprano falling on my head.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome, and a lot of YouTube content coming.
But yeah, you know,
a lot of YouTube content. Yeah, well, it's okay.
Yeah,
a lot of YouTube content coming. A lot of YouTube content coming. I repeated it 3 times, and yeah, obviously stay alert and follow our socials to enter our giveaways. RC Sports Talk everywhere except X.
X, it's 247. But you write our name, it's there.
Yeah. And
to end it off, we want to thank our sponsors again. First off, Shop Sante. Use code RC10 at checkout to get 10% off your order when you order online at Shop Sante.
And
Fana and Salvatore. So that is pretty much it. But I know, bear with us, guys. You are not going to be disappointed. And I definitely wasn't when he told me the surprise. So
wait.
Next week, what's up?
Well, wait. Okay, keep talking. Wait, I just want to, because I always want to, I want to end every episode now with giving a fun fact.
You did it with the
octopus.
The octopus. But yeah, guys. So like we said, thank you to our sponsors and follow us everywhere. Big surprise coming for next week. Mike, end it off with a fun fact or whatever. Last week was the octopus.
This week, bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't. Botanically speaking, a berry is a fruit produced from a single flower with one ovary, which makes bananas and even eggplants true berries, but not strawberries.
Whoa, that's crazy.
That is crazy. So we love you guys. We'll see each other next week.
Ciao, guys.